right in the thick of it. There's that clump of teams, all with the same record. Something's gonna have to give.
Well, we're gonna give ourselves a sword start. I mean, if Uncle left the sword there, then why did he leave the house?
I don't know. A whim and a prayer, I guess.
It doesn't seem very smart, but you know, a free sword, we take free swords. We like free swords.
Yeah, this is going to make this decision a little bit easier as you see they're both uncle routing. Now they've got a sword, they can actually take that in to do the front of Viral Castle as well. So
they won't have to worry about the potential double dip that does.
Oh, jeez.
You know, I was going to make a reference to that, but I felt like, nah, it wasn't going to happen. But I guess we have two swords. Why didn't I bring both?
The answer to the question was that he did bring the sword. He just left the other one there.
So he can't dual wield?
I guess not. So we are playing all dungeons key sanity. So buckle up. We're going to be here for a minute. That means we've got to do all 10 dungeons. We also have to do AGA 2, and we have to do AGA 1, even if it's not required for Dark World entry or something on Lumberjack. Game is just not beatable until you clear all that stuff. So the real kicker of this, most seeds, you know, you're hoping not to have an ice rod hunt, but with Castle Tower keys, they can be literally anywhere except for, no, they could be literally anywhere. So hopefully they're early, but I feel like when I'm playing 80 keys, I really don't mind AGA required seeds.
Yeah, because you do have to do that at some point anyway.
Right.
You don't have to worry about, you know, Yeetie tile room to the same extent. There could still be some pendant key shenanigans that are laying around in Ganon's Tower, but the general gist is that since you're looking for that many more items, the small keys and the big keys, any location in the game has a that much higher probability of having something you need, so you will probably see players not skip out on any locations.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you definitely want to be efficient in your routing. You don't want to double dip a lot of stuff. Well, maybe Ed does, since he is one of the double dippers, but yeah, it's all about efficiency in routing and clearing everything out as fast as you can. Again, with the most efficiency.
And then there's Palace of Darkness key logic, which we don't care. That's a map to this dungeon. Yes, we are not really going to see many map checks because they have to do all the dungeons anyway. So unless they do put priority on green pendant 5, 6, etc., it's nothing important.
Right, and you get those informations from the bomb shop and from Saha, so it's you know, you'll get the relevant information from those. So doing map checks isn't usually that necessary.
We are seeing humbugh going into the Dark Cross without the lamp to go ahead and check this one location. That's a nice 8 bomb drop there from the guard for a down.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy check to have in your sword to help guide you. And sword beams to get rid of all those nasty ropes. And you're getting that 8 bomb drop too. I saw that Ed got that from a guard, since the guards and the ropes are in the same drops. So not have to worry about bombs for Kakariko. It was really nice. Ed taking a look at Lumberjack, and you see a key there. That's always ominous.
I feel like there's always a key there.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's a lot of keys, so its importance is kind of who knows?
Which key? Yeah. It's like, which key is it? Because it could be like a trash, like Skullwoods or Misery Mire key, or it could be, you know, like the Swamp Small. Oh my gosh, the third sword already. What the heck?
Be sure this isn't 2017. I mean, fine. 4-minute tempered. I mean,
yeah.
300 rupees. Sure, we're just gonna get like 2 gloves and a hammer and a mirror in Kakno or something.
Yeah, they're gonna get the flute. They're gonna get the bottles, so they never have to come back to Kakariko, and everything's just gonna be kosher. All right, seeing the 5 arrow drop there. Yo, we joke, swords are definitely nice. You want swords, but still no actual sort of any progression yet.
I mean, there is one chest in Naga Tower.
Yes, that's true. I'm surprised they didn't check that because they did have Master Sword. They were able to check that check fully in logic too. So
It is this again about double dipping and things like that. But
right,
it is your first actual progression Master Sword for that one. Yeah. They've already been to the castle, so it's unlikely they're gonna come back in a long time.
right. It might be not until they at least have one key to check both checks, which might not be a big deal. We'll see. Nothing really coming out of blind, so a shield at best. Great.
Yeah, again, maps not as important in this version of Key Sanity since they have to do all the dungeons. They don't need to figure out which dungeons they have to do. And they have all the rupees and all the bombs that they will need for this early game, and
yeah, for
enemies
sure.
die in one hit.
All right, let's see something like something. A moon pearl, more cash.
Sure.
Maybe glove. All right, we got our key to desert. Interesting.
I mean, that's a nice key to find because that could be one of those elusive keys and orphaning the two locations that are there. And logically, you do need a key to beat the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Man, this Kakariko is not great.
Nope.
The seeds, I mean, we have real no direction where to go, and right now it's just clear out all Sphere 1 checks. We might see him head over to Sahara, and then maybe dip into Eastern as well. We still do have all the South Shore checks, though, as well.
Yeah, Death Powder doesn't do anything right now. The gloves do allow for a sequence break up the mountain and does put Sora in logic, and they do have the rupees for that.
Does put Sora. We also get the back of Escape, so it's 3 more items back there, too.
Yeah. And that tends to be a really high priority location the second you get those gloves.
Yeah, I imagine a save and quit to the back of Escape. I did not see what was on library there. Did you?
I imagine I did, but no.
Just didn't register.
I mean, I looked at the screen, but my brain didn't register.
I know. I think I blacked out there for a second. All right, so
I guess we're going.
Ed doing the blind. It's just 10 arrows. That's probably why I blacked out. You saw Ed do the blind check of race game. This is definitely more common in 80 keys, just because you have a likelihood of grabbing key there or something. So, and not a time loss for either one of the racers since they both did it.
And considering how poor this CAC was, so just more likely to have something. But yeah, nothing there.
Yep, we are seeing the back of Escape to hear from Ed, though.
Now, surely we will find something spicy here, right? Right?
Oh, we got the big key to
that's
GT.
very spicy.
It's spicy. I mean, we can't use it for a while. Wow. Those are 2 items that can really be troublesome. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of the big ice rods up there.
Yeah. Can you call an ice rod spicy? Is it spicy? Is an ice rod spicy, or is the fire rod spicy? That's the question I think everyone.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of spicy things in general, so I am not the person to ask about this.
Yeah. It's probably low on the Scoville unit. I'll just say that. All right, so we're getting similar routes. Unfortunately for Ed, I feel like he's isolated the Dark Cross. Again, there was nothing there, so he's kind of lucky in that sense. But now that he's checked the front and the back of Escape, I'm not sure when he goes back for that.
This turns into having to return to the castle for that first chest towards Aga 1 that could be the play then.
So Dam not really giving us much. We should point out our tracker today, Reg. Clicking the buttons, keeping us on track. Big shout outs to him for doing that today. She showed your love in the chat for our tracker.
Oh, absolutely, and there's a lot to keep track on when it comes to key sanity.
All right, this is our last like real big check of Sphere 0 checks. See if we can actually get something here. So far, no good.
Yeah. No.
Wow, man! All of the big checks, the well, Blind's Hut, mini Moldrum Cave, all coming up really, really empty.
It's been 3 swords and a bunch of rupees and then some leftover stuff that doesn't do too much.
And what's interesting is you mentioned that Zora is in logic, but without the Moon Pearl or the boots, can't check the waterfall. So do you fake flipper just for the one check? I don't think you do, right? That seems like such a time commitment.
But where else do you go? Sahasrara Eastern, Sequence Break Up the Mountain, Aga, Aegeus?
I would definitely do the Saha Eastern stuff first.
If you don't do the fake flipper now, you have to walk all the way down. I mean, I guess you can just set up a fake flipper and check the mushroom. It doesn't take too long.
So Ed choosing not to do the fake flipper. I'm kind of in agreement here. I don't know if that's really the best play. They did pull out that mushroom. I'd be tempted to check that right away though.
I'm just gonna check this island here for another key.
Yeah.
Yay.
And he's gonna go check Saha, and I imagine dip in Eastern. It looks like Humbugh is gonna either turn in that mushroom or go down to Agina. And he's gonna turn in that mushroom, setting up the fake flipper here.
This is one of those fake flippers that if you go back a few years, it was really rare to see. But then as, say, cross keys got more and more popular, this fake flipper really picked up a lot of steam.
Yeah, for sure. We see the... there's our Moon Pearl. We see Hera is our green pendant today.
The Pearl obviously required, but we don't quite have a way to get into the Dark World at this point.
Yeah, at this point though, we're just a hammer or a glove away from the Dark World. Well, there's a lamp, so that puts an item in Eastern in logic as well as the mountain.
Yeah, and our cross. We know that isn't anything. It's just a start, right. But it's still a thing.
So I'm gonna choosing to take that lamp and go see what the old man has, and I imagine we'll see inside Spectacle Rock because that's all he can do up there.
Yeah, but it makes a lot of sense to go up, get the save and quit point, and just proceeding deeper into the logic because technically this is the deepest they've gotten in the spheres so far.
Yeah.
So I didn't check the lumberjack earlier, and was that a map for Eastern in Eastern?
It sure was. Humbugh getting the confirmation that there is a key on lumberjack, which is always, again, hopefully not a key that you need or want to come back for.
You do need the boots for that, and I guess that's a blessing.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse, I suppose.
You will find the boots at some point.
All right, so a map and $20 are the first 2 checks we saw in Eastern. Is the little Yoshi guides the old man through the darkness. What do you think about the tile sprite?
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't think it's like like F tier or whatever. It's kind of like a D, I'd say.
Yeah. It's funny. It makes me laugh.
Oh, I agree. I mean, this Yoshi's like a clear A, possibly S tier sprite. This is fantastic.
It is a good sprite.
Now, obviously, all the sprites are designed in such a way that none of them gives any advantage over using any other sprite, because otherwise they wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. All right, so the lamp, as far as progression goes, wasn't there for the old man.
So we return back to whatever maybe in Eastern.
Yeah, so here's what we're down to. We're down to this check in Eastern that Ed's about to do. We've got the Aga check and a Gina check and the Zora check. Wow.
That just sounds awful across the board.
It's terrible. Terrible.
Oh, there's a big key for
Desert.
Doesn't do anything right now, but they're really getting all the stuff for Desert. Like the small key, the big key, the glove, the lamp,
Yeah.
fire sword, that is.
Just need to weigh in, yeah.
All right, book is the natural progression then?
Yeah, maybe. It's possible. All right, Ed gonna get his lamp by turning in the mushroom here. And Humbug gonna go Eastern and get his stuff. Gosh, how do you route the last 3 items, Marge?
I think you go to random.org and you click the button. You set it to 1 to 3. 1 is Regina, 2 is Castle Tower, and 3 is Sora, and then you just follow that.
Oh
and
man,
if it doesn't work out, terrible. Then you cry.
I think the way I would order this, again, this is unfair because I have perfect information, right? I've seen what both of these runners have done. I'd probably do Aga first. I feel like that's the fastest. I feel like I'm doing Zora last. No, Ed's gonna do Zora now though. This is actually really good for him. He's comboed in with the mushroom, so this is pretty good routing for Ed here.
Yeah, some people may have decided to take the fake flipper earlier after Ice Rod Cave and go and check Zora at that point so they wouldn't have to worry about it, but obviously you were hoping that it wouldn't have to.
Right. Yeah, you don't want a fake flipper because you got to walk all the way down from Ice Rod Cave. Don't even get a dash or flute to set it up to swim. We see just bombs there on the ledge. Is it going to be Zora? Do you think it's going to be Zora?
I mean, if we look at logic, it would be either Sora or the Castle Tower chest.
Or Gina, yeah. So
from the start.
I'm going to say we get 5 rupees back from Zora. That's my guess.
Oh. I mean, I'm going to up you on that one. I'm going to say 20 rupees back.
Oh, man. Cane of Burna. That's something. It's not nothing, but it's not going to help us progress in the seed so far.
This is getting a little bit ridiculous at this point. If it really is that one chest in Castle Tower and they get the 2 super early swords from their first 3 checks and neither of them went there, that's going to feel really rough.
They're both going to either last location or second to last location this item. Now Ed might be a little bit more incentivized to go to Castle Tower because he did skip the Dark Cross in Escape, so that's 2 checks for him there as opposed to the 1 at Agina. Humbugh's still got Zora, which we know is the Cane of Burna now, and sorry to laugh, but it's pretty funny. And then the 2 that we mentioned.
I mean, the game may be useful at some point, but right now it's
right. Yeah, for sure. Like you might need to use it to get through like Spike Cave or something, or it might save you on a boss. Things go hairy, but all right. So where is Humbug gonna go? Up or down? He's going north. All right. So we're gonna see the Aga first, and he's probably kicking himself here because he left Hyrule Castle with the Master Sword in hand, so he could have checked this the first time. They both could have checked this the first time they were there.
And if you are a uncle router, as it's generally referred to, and you do this opening, and you
Dirty,
get Master
dirty
Sword,
Uncle Red.
the dirty, filthy uncle. No, you get 2 swords within your first 3 chests. How often does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty crazy.
I mean, I don't blame someone for not thinking of this. Also, this is key sanity, and it may not be what you play the most either. So
yeah, I'm
why
hoping
would
it's
you
a
go make this
Gina.
so that we
I
can
hope
keep
it's
on
not here.
waiting? No.
Oh, it is here.
It was here the whole time.
Oh man, that feels terrible. Now, the good news for both of our runners is they're both basically last location in it, like second to last location in it. But it doesn't feel good since they both Uncle Routed, had Master Sword, and were able to get that glove that first time. So
They're both.
you're
probably
just kicking yourself. Yeah, you're feeling so far behind at this point.
Oh, my opponent must have checked this. Oh no, I'm like 5 minutes behind. I could have gone into the dark world. I didn't have to go into Eastern. I get nothing.
Yeah, the real kicker is though, you know, being a part of the league and running these things, you always think your opponent god routes whenever you're playing, at least whenever I'm playing. So it's like, oh, and then you watch back and it's like, oh wow, we routed this almost identically. Oh, and did Ed not check? Did Ed get it? Oh, he said.
Oh, going at Gina first.
Oh no, this is definitely.
I mean,
not
the
good.
hammer could be there.
Oh, that would be
power key.
That would be terrible. I wonder if Ed's just not run a lot of 80 keys and it's just not on his mind right now.
Well, we find ourselves a bottle in Skullwoods. That's a fetch quest, but without the mirror, it's gonna take some time to get back to that because it's mid-Dark World. Once you enter the Dark World, you're kind of stuck there, and you don't really have many choices on where you can go.
Yeah.
You get the Thieves Town small key there as well in the Skullwoods, which could be valuable later. And that's a death. That's not valuable.
Yeah. Still has one more check there too.
Alright, so this is Gina.
I mean, this would be hammer, would be hilarious, but it's not. All right, so the Thieves Town. All right,
that's a big one.
All right,
we're just gonna help with the route because
yeah, that's all right.
Then you can full clear it except for the big chest. I mean, that's not bad.
Do all your Sphere Zero checks,
take
people.
A long time for humbugh to get back to.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Ed is remembering. I do have this one check in Agina here, so it's good that it's not really costing him too much time. It is his triple dip into Castle Tower though.
So humbugh just slashed a bunch and waiting for the Wallmaster and then or Floormaster, whatever it's called, and then accidentally kills it as it comes down and takes it
Whoops. Whoops. All right, so Ed about to get his mitts here, and then when he gets into the Dark World, he actually can. The Thieves Town Small, I believe, was in Skullwoods. Is that right?
Just to the left of the main entrance.
Actually, puts everything in the logic, obviously, except for the hammerlock chest. Though that does mean the hammer could be somewhere in Thieves Town.
And it wouldn't be the first time this league that would happen.
Right.
Not sure how the hitboxes work there to not take any damage from the Gibdos, but okay.
Yeah, sometimes it works. All right, so the big question is going to be is where is that hammer?
Pod.
Yeah, possibly. We don't have logical access over to Pod yet, though. They could get over there, but it's not in logic quite yet. Yeah. Once we find those flippers or something, or 2 CT keys, then we could be talking.
Yeah, we got that bumper cave checked. It didn't have anything. Obviously, you don't have the mirror, so Graveyard Ledge is in a very awkward location in the seed. Just gonna have to deal with that.
All right, so our first look into Village of Outcasts gives us Ether, a medallion that could or could not be useful at all.
It's still nice to find those early so you don't have to worry about them later and not get grabbed and pulled back and have to redo the dragon thing. That's
100%. All right, $20 in the bombable hut. All right, chess game gives us our fire rod. Of course it does.
Wonderful.
Of course it does. Now that is spicy.
So the fire rod is the Village of Outcasts and the small key for Thieves' Town is in Skull Woods. That's great. There's no way to route this perfectly. You just have to accept it. Oh, and we're getting the laggier shields already.
Convenient. All right, there's a red bottle for Ed. We haven't seen Sick Kid. Of course, we don't have a mirror, so we can't mirror and just check it while we're here in the Village of Outcasts. I'll have to come back at some point, but I can't imagine they'll be rushing their way over there.
Yeah. Now, if you're Humbug, do you just go back and do Skull Woods after this?
I don't know. That's always tough. I feel like I'd probably skip it and make my way to Hype Cave first. I don't know. I hate walking all the way to the back of Skull Woods just to walk all the way back out.
I kind of feel like you can go all the way down to Hype Cave, save and quit to Sank, walk back to Cat, check the Sick Kid, and then you can re-enter the Dark World again for Skull Woods.
Yeah,
you have to go back to Cat at some point anyway for that Sick Kid, so you may just as well do it with Skull Woods.
I think the real question, for sure. I 100% agree with that. The real question here is Ed going to go to the back of Thieves' Town with that big key?
Yeah, I mean, it is 5 hearts green mail, which is the safest thing, and you don't have the hammer.
That's the tricky thing. Is the camera could be unblind at this point.
I mean, I think you do it. There's a good amount of checks there, and considering you,
it's a tough call.
Last location to your Dark World access. Oh, we're not getting the back shield. Good. But since your last location, you may not think that your opponent actually got that. Remember again that they probably checked and got the bits early, got early Dark World access. They probably don't have the big key to Thieves' Town yet, so let's maybe push that a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough call. I feel like, man, you always hate when you've got, when you're able to full clear Thieves' Town without the hammer, and then you go and check Stumpy and it's got the hammer, right? And you're like, I cleared Thieves' Town, now I'm never going to go back. So you might want to make the trek all the way to Hype Cave. I don't know. We'll see what he does. Stumpy doesn't have the hammer. Humbug does pick up that Smith, making me think that he'll turn in the Smith, check Sick Kid, and then go back to Skull Woods after that.
That seems like a rather logical route to go. Obviously, you're hoping for maybe, I don't know, what are you really hoping for here in this Hype Cave?
Hammer. Yeah. Hammer boots. That's the hype you want. You're
hammer boots, mirror for maybe like Tower of Hera and
hook shot or something. Yeah, something like a hook shot or a mirror.
A big key for
big key to pods. Okay.
I mean,
Boomerang is not quite what we're looking for.
Small key for pods. So I mean, you're gonna find those at some point. They're not really gonna care about pod key logic because it's pod key logic, but they are somewhere, and that was somewhere.
What's surprising is the way that Humbug routed that. He routed that to go check the crystals, the 5-6 crystals from the bomb shop, but didn't actually check what the 5-6 crystals were.
Yeah, maybe he's changed his mind. We are seeing eddaump go all the way through Thieves' Town here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna find something here in Thiestown.
I agree. I mean, what else do we have?
That's true. That is true. You make a very strong case for that.
Like, there aren't that many locations. That's not it.
Yeah, that's definitely not it. All right, so we are gonna check Sick Kid here. At least I hope he does.
Yeah.
Just a map to pod. We got the pod map, the pod big key, and pod small key. Oh, there's a hook shot. There we go. There we go.
We return to the mountain.
Yes.
Return to the mountain. Over to the east side, you have the myths. Can check Hookshot Cave, get the information on Turtle Rock.
What's rough about this though is humbugh still needs that Thiestown big, which is at Aegina.
Yeah, it's in a really rough location because it's all the way down there. And
oh man!
Now we're back in the Dark World again. We'll have to go there at some point because it does seem like it is kind of hard locking later progression unless there is something here in the back of Skull Woods.
Oh man, it'd be hilarious if the mirror was back here.
Or Purple Chest.
Oh man, Purple Chest is the worst. All right, so they are decked out with swords, but green mail, 6 hearts, moth is not necessarily the most fun. You get like a bad ricochet or something like that, and moth could just be right in your face.
Yep.
Hopefully, humbugh is ready for that. The blind script, though, on the other hand, he's got Cane of Burnout if things go wrong, but I'm pretty sure Ed knows the script for this, so shouldn't be a problem, no matter what sword you got.
And the bottle that they did pick up is also a red potion, which may be quite useful here on the Mothfiller fight.
Right.
With quite low magic going into it.
Yeah, just a little off script at the end there, but nicely done by Ed. And he gets a small key to GT. And our first pendant. Okay, so we only need information on one more pendant.
And this was
nicely done by humbugh.
Mothfiller fight, yeah. Like, you got some pretty good patterns there and could utilize it. What's with the
another
third now?
Yeah. So there is that crystal.
And eddaump looks to be going back into Skull Woods. They're checking Bumper Cave first.
And so far, this is actually working out really well for Ed. Last location in those mitts because he was able to get that Thiestown big key.
Yeah.
And just 10 arrows there, so not the back of Skullwoods for any progression at least.
So unless Purple Chest has something, you need to get to Aegina to get the Thiestown big key so that you can get the hook shot in the back of Thiestown to be able to progress the seed.
Yep.
That's rough.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
And again, if you do this seed, like, you check Castle Tower immediately when you go there, and you get the first pair of gloves, and then you get the second one in Kakariko, you may just enter the Dark World after you leave Sahasrara with the Moon Pearl, and then you're pigeonholed into going back down there, and you still have like Sora and other things still open for you.
For humbugh, you're really going to need something to be on that purple chest, because that's going to incentivize. Well, when he checks purple chest, that's probably when he'll check Aegina as well. Because I think that's his last 2 locations. And again, almost last location in those mitts feels pretty bad, especially because they did castle early and had the Master Sword. And now last location in this Thiestown big key. It's gonna feel pretty bad. So it's gonna feel pretty behind though. I mean, honestly, it's still way too early to tell who's ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Old Onion's key sanity, and who knows who is going to orphan that one location and has that one thing that you need, that one
Right.
key somewhere. But it's still like a good thing in the bad sense is that you are going to be able to do the purple chest in Torgina, which is not the worst thing,
Yep.
but it's still kind of rough.
Yeah, something on purple chest would actually be really good because I don't think Ed's gonna do it anytime soon. Just $20, so never
It's
mind.
a really rough fight for Ed.
Yeah, Moth is just staying up in that top corner. It pops the potion, but do what you gotta do to make sure that you stay alive. That's the most important thing.
We are getting this Desert Ledge check, which I don't think Ed did earlier for, of course, it's another.
Just a small key. All the visual checks are not going to help us at all today. It's just going to be, every visual check is just going to be a small key.
So that's the Desert Ledge, the Hilly Island, Lumberjack,
Yeah.
all small keys. Great. So what are we going to get?
All right, so Humbug's going to get this. I mean, there's going to be, we've got mitts and hook shot. There's going to be a lot of stuff up there, I imagine. I mean, it can't be anywhere else because we've seen everything else.
Basically,
it would be funny if it was just like the funniest thing is if it was just like the one, like all the checks and it's just like flippers to go to like Hammerless Pod or something.
Oh,
or
great.
Ice Palace.
Oh yeah,
I mean the seed could still be terrible. There could, I mean, I'm imagining it's not going to be because it's been pretty awful so far.
Both these like 6-heart green right out of place.
It's true. So Ed still hasn't done Hype Cave, right? Like he did Thieves Town to Skullwoods to Thieves Town back to Skullwoods. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. And that's an awful dead rock.
So Ed still has all of the South of Village of Outcast checks, which he might be able to do if he finds the hammer up here a little bit faster.
And he's just following the logic and clearing the dungeons instead of going out of the way, as to speak, for things that seems less likely to have something.
Great start though. Compass Heart Piece. Let's see, 10 arrows, 5 rupees, 3 bombs. Compass.
No heart pieces. We're not getting 7 today, folks. Well,
there's the mirror.
That was a possibility.
Yeah, that's something. And there's those flippers.
2 things.
All right.
Alright, so I guess we're going to pod with no hammer, but first we are probably going to Tower of Hera and Hera potting a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was going to go immediately into the Dark World. I'm not sure what he's doing. But I think he'd want to do Spiral Cave. I don't know. Maybe he's going to wait for Spiral Cave last. So yeah, he's going to go into because he got that mirror, it sort of affected his routing, I believe. I think he was kind of going back and forth. That happens when you pick up something that you're not expecting to pick up right away. Like, oh, I'm gonna make a plan. I'm gonna route this to this to this, and then you get an item, and it's like, oh, it changes everything. Let me think about this for a second.
The mirror really does open up some interesting possibilities with your route.
Because now he's able to get, now he's able to route in Hera and things like that with that mirror. So.
Well, there's the book that we did talk about quite often earlier, and Big Kiefer.
Oh,
we're still Hera potting. We're still gonna Hera pot. Don't you worry.
Definitely. All right, so there's been more than just trash up here, unfortunately. Unfortunately for my predictions, I mean.
Unfortunately. Well, we're still gonna need bombos.
Gonna need bombos for sure. And
Yeah,
Humbug's not
it's
going to be
still
too
kinda
far
awkward
behind.
without the hammer. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's that Turtle Rock Small, which we're going to need at least a couple of those, a few of those. There's an Eastern Big. All right. Ice Pal Small. You never mind having that first one. And there's another compass. Okay.
It really helps out after you disregard the wall's existence. And now that we got the book, we'll be able to check the tablet when we're up here as well, so you don't have to leave that behind.
Yep.
And
yeah, this is nice. Able to clear out all this stuff kind of in one go.
And a good blind fight, also for humbugh. Oh.
There's another medallion. We still might need that
medallion to be there, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, now you at least know that, okay, I only need one more medallion, regardless of what is located over on Mire.
Right.
I used the step.
Oh, man. Ed tried to grab the key with the hook shot. That didn't work, and then mirrored. Whoops.
The crystals in Eastern
Desert. Okay.
Is this that Fable Harris key? No, it's a Mire key.
It's a Mire key. The most trash of keys. I mean, the first one, again, is not the worst to find, but...
It's just a dungeon that is designed to be this weird maze in the original game, so there are more keys than you would ever need in case you take the wrong path into rooms that do absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yep.
There's like 3 or 4 rooms that you never go into in a random, because there's no reason to go there.
Right. Yeah, totally. All right, attempt number 1 not going well. Yeah, we might not be seeing a Harapot if he doesn't get it here, and he doesn't. So, good thing he's got that that Hera big here.
Yep.
Not too big of a time loss. So Humbugh getting his ear and flippers.
Spiral Cave.
Yep. But now we have logical access over to pod, ice, catfish, pyramid, all that stuff.
Swamp Palace. Oh,
Swamp Palace.
That's not the key we need for Swamp Palace, but okay.
It's not the key we need for sure. They can check that first chest in the Swamp Palace. But who wants to do that?
My opinions don't count. So, now, Ed never
went the Spiral Cave.
Cave.
No, he still has all those checks. And if he doesn't find the hammer, he's going to have to go the long way.
There's a good route in the cave with that 1 check in swamp. Do Bumbo's tablet while there. Route on over to desert after that.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, that's right. We have desert now. Fully completable, right? Except for the torch.
Yeah, except for the torch because you don't have boots. You could just go straight to desert as well.
I feel like since he is... Turtle Rock is our last pendant.
Small key to
so
ice again.
Bombos could be in GT at this point.
Yay! No. Yes,
at least they've got the ice rod.
GT.
Yeah, in fact, all of the Turtle Rock Smalls and the Turtle Rock Big could all be in GT. So
I do logically need all 4, but you can make do with only 3.
So Ed's got a lot of decisions. Yeah, that's right. If you skip the lava chest, Ed's got a lot of decisions to make here because again, he hasn't done South Shore, so he might be incentivized to do the South Shore checks. He can actually do the Smith Chain with the mirror, which will be a little bit faster. Do Hype Cave, check the tablet, and then jump into Desert, Or he might just want to check out pod, though. I mean, with only one key, no bow, and no big key yet, I feel like pod's not the play you want to be making here.
The round will also give K45, which is
right.
Nothing. There's also Graveyard Ledge, which is in a pretty awkward
Ugh.
spot. Could go Graveyard Ledge into like Catfish Pyramid Pod or something weird like that, which sounds really unoptimized, so you are probably going to do something else.
So I kind of got my wish, right? Like there was stuff up here, but mostly just the flippers in the mirror.
In the book.
Still no hammer.
Yeah, the book could be anywhere. It's just a Fable hammer go mode seed.
In Key Sanity, it's tough, but you never know.
I guess we're going back into the Dark World, because this is still the only portal you have.
Yeah.
There is a pod small key and also that big key over in Hype Cave, so that could sway your decision after you have done that to maybe go into pod or something.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, gosh, with those flippers, there's so much stuff that you can do that is just not fun. Like they could go in ice, they could go in a pod, they could go check Catfish. I feel like desert, because they have that early big key, the early small key, I'd be more inclined to do that.
What if you do the Hype Cave, you head eastwards up the pyramid, then you head towards the pod area, but you mirror beforehand so you can go ahead and check like Hobo and maybe do some flipper checks, since you do have the flippers, and return back and do pod after that.
Yeah, maybe that's a possibility. I mean, that's the thing, is there's a lot of options at this point for them to make. And Humbugh does get the Harapot here. He did have to get lucky and get that the heart from the enemy he killed there, because he was down to a single heart, but was able to get it on his first try.
Nicely done using the bumper there to speed up the movement a little bit. And still no boots, 50 minutes in, almost.
Ed actually might be a little incentivized to check that first chest in Swamp too. It's not a great check, but...
Ooh, Magic Bat.
Yeah, the problem with Magic Bat here is you have to go back into the Dark World, because you're going to have to mirror and you're going to leave it there, so...
That's unfortunate for Humbugh. Takes the fall. I do like this decision to just go on a little bit of a purple chest tour, because you didn't go here and you have a good amount of locations here to check.
Yeah. See how Ed routes it. I'd probably want to do Hype Cave first and then into purple chest so they could go to desert. But again, he might not. That might not be on his mind right now. We do have that green pendant turn in. That could be something.
But you wouldn't want to do that with a pod check, since you're still going into that area. And the big problem is, this is mid-Dark World. It takes forever to walk to pod, because you have to go all the way west and then walk all the way east. So if you're not going pod after Hype Cave, you have to walk all the way back there. And it's just...
Yeah. All right, so it looks like Humbugh is going to do what? Sorry, Humbugh's going to do his water checks here.
Yeah, do the flipper check, but it is just one of those many reasons why people really prefer to see Hammer for Dark World access.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so after a bit, we're going to get some new checks here. We've seen the purple chest, nothing here. We have not seen Hobo.
The tablet.
Ooh, got some half magic from Hobo. That's nice.
I mean, yeah, it's nice to have, but it's not really what you're looking for. Not those rupees either.
All right, so
I mean, they've been getting
yeah, neither neither tablet is paying out today. Well, it paid out, but not for progression.
Oh, look at this!
And what's interesting,
this portal position.
I like that.
Going to Hype Cave with the pod.
Yeah, I really like this.
Rather cute. It's not something you see very often. We're also gonna see what this fairy has in store for us today. That's a really good free blue potion for nothing.
Oh, for sure.
Do you take that?
Humbugh still hasn't done Zori yet. I forgot that he had this check.
Yeah, I mean, it's that big rupee difference. But I guess this means that Catfish is just full-on orphaned, then?
Well, not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily, because, again, our only access to the Dark World... Oh, the boots over in Desert. This is working out really well for Ed. Yeah, this is really good for Ed. You know, Humbugh already has done the southern checks in the Dark World, so he might be looking to do like Graveyard Ledge into Catfish sort of thing. Into Pod, maybe.
Yeah, that makes a good amount of sense. Big key to Ice Palace, logically needed, don't really care about it.
Right.
Just for one chest, but obviously boots, going fast, that torches logic, punk rocks. At some point, that small key on Lumberjack may be something. Speaking of which, that small key on Lake Hylia.
Right. Also, there's the Desert Ledge key as well.
So how do you route that small key on Hylia? Do you just take it after you do Hype Cave?
Yeah.
And
yeah, then you just mirror back. Mirror back. You do Hobo. Yeah,
Okay, but now you got the Swamp Small key. So you have the Swamp Small and Big. You have Flippers, Hookshot, Mirror. Do you just go with your Swamp?
You can't, because you still need the hammer.
Oh yeah, I mean, you find the hammer in there, obviously. Like, it's in the first chest, right? Of course it's there.
Of course it is. All right, here's something that Ed skipped, just a heart piece. So Humbugh needs to make his way towards Desert, pick up his boots, because things are just not, going his way so far.
And it's so weird that all of this comes down to a Thieves Town big key in a Genius Cave.
Yeah.
They just locked all of this stuff that we're currently seeing Ed doing.
I mean, we're 53 minutes in, and Ed still hasn't done Hype Cave.
That's pretty hype by itself.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamolas is dead. Unfortunately, no one cycle, but still a decent fight.
Yeah, that is crystal number 2, pendant number 2 for Ed there.
So now that you're done in Desert, you then take the portal back into the Dark World and be on your merry way eastwards.
That's right.
I really like this portal here. It's just not something you see every day, and it's working out very well. And all of this is because, again, you don't have the hammer. You have to try and be a little bit more creative with how you go about the Dark World.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's going to be super isolated is hammer pigs. Neither runner of runners is going to go back for hammer pigs when they do find that hammer.
I mean, you would probably do that with Magic Bat in that case.
Maybe, yeah. For Ed, maybe. The actual real last location of the seed is the Thieves Town big chest.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see if a humbug does sort of the same thing that Ed does here and saves this portal. Because it'd be smart to do desert, but then again, we know that there's no hammer here. Gonna have to make his way east, and he is doing that. Yeah, this is good. Ed gonna find out what that key was on the island here for us.
It looked like for a second that he was forgetting about it, but he's gonna go down and get it. Is there any key here that would change your plan?
Pod would be nice, but not really.
Well,
garbage. Yeah. That's a garbage key.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Now, okay, so when Humbug finishes, he actually might be more incentivized to do Swamp, because all he'll have left is like the Pod, Ice Palace, kind of combo. And he's going to have to go run by there anyways. I feel like at that time, it might not hurt to dip into Swamp and do those 2 checks.
Yeah. There's still the pyramid and the catfish, but hard sellers. But most things are hard sellers at this point.
Yeah, these are hard decisions to make. It's easy to watch again with perfect information and say like, oh, this is what you should be doing. But when you're playing this and you only have terrible locations left, it's hard to decide which one is the right one to go to or which one you think is going to be the right one to go to.
Like, do you go all the way up to catfish here, or do you just go into Pod and hand over the key pendant?
I don't think you can go to catfish at this point. I think you end with catfish. Because again, there's no access. Oh, there's another visible small key, by the way, Mark.
You just keep on getting these all the time, and this one's okay. Another key for Pod. I do feel like you have to make the call to Pod now.
Yeah.
With the 3rd key. But we are seeing catfish.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm not. If you had the hammer, I could see doing this first, because then you could just go take the pod portal. But this is, you got to make the trek all the way back.
Yeah.
And if you're doing this, you might as well go check
Graveyard Ledge?
King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge. This is about as close as you're ever going to get to them.
I thought you could do those 2 and then just flip her over to catfish.
Yeah, that's what I thought he might do.
Kind of isolates those locations. But the mirror shots, we are going to see the waterfall ferry here.
This is just going to be the bow, watch. Okay, never mind. I'm about to say, Ed's going to put us in our place with the bow.
The bow is in Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be enjoyable.
I mean, if you're going to do it all. Like, don't go halfway. Does get that free blue potion there, too. That's really nice. Especially going into Pod without a bow.
Oh yeah, because maybe that is something that prompted this decision prior to Pod, just hoping that you're gonna get something in here so that you can do the potion camera unlock on the mimics.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't get it there, you can get the mirror here into the witch and buy it instead.
Yeah. I mean, there is a case to be made for doing all of these checks before you get into Pod, because you could find, let's say, the bow or another Pod small key.
Now this is spicy.
So, there is some merit to it. Yeah, so we're going to get... You can actually check Bonk Rocks, too, which I don't think we've seen yet.
This
so
is starting
King's
to feel
Tomb,
like...
Bonk Rocks, Village.
It's starting to feel like a Aga 1 for Dark World routing at this point. You're going back. This is not usually how you see its Dark will end up. We haven't really talked much about Humbug because I would just be doing this or picking up the boots, kill Lightnollas,
just retrace.
go into Swamp now.
Yes, go do
yeah,
it.
this is a swamp.
Do it. All right, I like it.
I'm a big fan. This is we hit the 1 hour mark.
This could be a game breaker right here.
Oh yeah, because it's gonna take a long time for Ed to get down here again. Grab this graveyard ledge. I mean, it's not really a bow, but sort of.
It goes with it.
But yeah, we're really running out of locations now. It's Pod Swamp. Yeah, all without hammer. Alright, well, it's not the swamp map. I'll give it that. And you open the chest, and unless it's the hammer, you are bailing. That's not a hammer. That is also not a hammer. So which dungeon do you go into?
I don't know. I also don't know where Humbug's going either. He's going to find out really quick that this isn't going to work out very well for him.
Yeah.
So
there
we
go.
Yeah, he got there before it got went dragged on too long. Is it pod or ice or somewhere else? Because we could find like the flute.
Oh yeah, magic bat is still a thing.
No, we saw magic bat from it from Humbug. It was like a heart piece or something.
Oh yeah, I missed that. I have a
video. We're down to ice,
but I don't remember what.
Yeah, we're down to ice and pod. And pod is definitely more enticing at this point because we've got. Oh right, we've got the green pendant. Yeah.
And that definitely does push it in pod's favor. But I mean, these are just awful locations for the hammer and the bow and flute, everything, because these are dungeons that you just cannot clear, and you are forced into one of them.
Yeah. And getting to them, especially pod, is terrible. Now, is Humbug going to do the same thing? Is he going to go all the way to Catfish? I'd be really surprised to see him do the exact same route.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Especially picking up that third pod key there. And you do not want to die here.
Okay, we're going pod.
All right, after all of this, we're getting simultaneous pod checks. Great.
So you have the big key, you have 3 small, no bow, no hammer.
Yeah, I probably check. I probably. Oh, there's.
Never mind.
Bow,
we have a
bow.
bow.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
Wonderful.
Right?
Alright, so you just keep on going in pod and then you mirror and you finish off Eastern.
Yeah.
Or is there a merit to do Eastern first?
I don't think it really matters, honestly.
Is there anything you could find in Eastern that would change how you go about pod, I guess?
Yeah, maybe one more pod key, I guess. Or maybe 2. I doubt it.
But even
there's
then,
probably a pod key. Yeah, there's
pod.
probably a pod key in pod, yeah.
I guess you can always just walk back into the dungeon. But overall, this bow doesn't really do much. Like, okay, it helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Pod and
it didn't really give
Eastern.
us. Yeah, it didn't give us much. We have 2 checks in Eastern we can do now.
Well, that key is very good.
So it seems like Ed might be a little bit ahead, but he hasn't done as many checks as Humbug has done. Humbug's done a couple extra checks. Actually, they're about even, because then Ed did Catfish, Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb. So
yeah, and Humbug went to Swamp.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're in and a pretty close one. Yeah, this bridge is pretty difficult to cross.
Yeah. Ed's having a tough time with this bridge.
There we go. Don't underestimate that bridge. It's pretty powerful.
I mean, it goes away.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid of a bridge that goes away like that.
I would never step on a bridge if it was going to disappear under me. This is a big key for Meyer. Well, we need that, but it doesn't do anything right now.
Yeah. So as far as big keys go, I think the only one we need now is the Turtle Rock key.
I think so.
So Ed's choosing. I'm not sure why he didn't check that. I guess he's hoping maybe to find the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we know that there's barely any locations left. In their mind, there's a little bit more, but still. Do we have enough time for this?
He's running out of time quickly. Ice Palace, Marge?
Yeah, dude.
Eastern, I guess? We still have Eastern. We have 2 checks in Eastern.
I don't want to do Ice Palace without King of Samaria. Oh, we gotta cross. Well, I guess we're going to Meyer.
What did I say? What did I say?
We're never getting the hammer to seed. It just doesn't exist, I guess.
It might be go
How
mode
many
hammer.
keys do you need to put that in logic? How many keys do you need for that?
You need 5. You need 5 pod keys.
Then where are the other 2? In ice?
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, great. 1 in Eastern, 1 in ice. This looks pretty synced to me. I don't know.
Yeah, Ed had a little bit of a rough pod there. This hammer up took a bit.
Yeah.
He had some problems with that bridge. Even his routing initially, because he had to mirror an extra time, took a little bit longer. So I'm not actually able to catch up here. Small things add up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are an hour in, and this is where we are right now. Great bonk, obviously, our RNG manipulation and everything, right?
For sure.
You open the big chest, and then you go and kill the boss. And you hope to get maybe a hammer. That's not a hammer.
So the question is, do you do the Meyer area knowing that it's not in logic yet, or do you go do ice first?
Do I go to the Meyer area, or do I do ice without hammer and Cane of Samaria? I think I go Meyer.
I know, but there's a good chance that the hammer is in Ice Palace at this point.
It's just a small key. It's a pod.
I mean, it could be 2 or 3 pod keys we need because of that bow. I don't know. I feel like I know. I think again, when you're playing the seed, it's hard to put all these things together while you're trying to play. But I imagine we'll see both of them head over to Meyer. But I think ice might be the actual play here.
I mean, time will tell, but that's not a small key to pod, so... I mean, if it's not... How many checks do you have that you can do in ice? Let's start there. How many locations can you get there?
We've got the big key, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 checks.
It has to be either 2 pod small keys or items
5.
that give... Okay,
Got 5 checks.
2 pod small keys or items that give us access to those small keys.
I don't know.
And the Cane of Samaria doesn't unlock anything. Bombos doesn't unlock anything, so it's really like Castle Tower small keys could lead to a small key for Pod at Lumberjack, or the Cape Fort at Bumper Cave. I mean, it could be Hammer, and suddenly, oh, where do I go? But oh, I don't know. I'm really feeling Myers for I call here.
Yeah, Humbugh skipped both Bonk Rocks and Kingstone, which is a little surprising.
Yeah, it's rushing.
I know what you're feeling. I know. I've had this feeling playing this game though, where you're an hour 10 min.
Oh.
Hour and 10 minutes in, you're looking for all these different items. You last location a couple things, so you feel behind. You still don't know where the hammer is. It's going to be in a terrible spot. It's easy to start forgetting stuff and start skipping stuff.
I mean, this is not the play I was expecting.
I get this from Humbugh because again, the Mire area is not. The Mire area might have some stuff, but it's not. Ed's gonna check powder. Keeping logic in mind.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna find. I mean, it's possible. It's very possible that we find hammer over in the Mire area. It seems unlikely though, because again, just logic wise.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're trying to.
The logic in the scene,
both
been pretty fascinating.
Yeah, Humbugh's trying to find some more pod keys to make sure that help try to put this thing in the logic. Like, do I go to the Mire area or do I do ice?
Man, so much for disregarding the pod key logic. We're going out of our way to try and look for the small keys to put the flute into logic. Mm-hmm. But I guess when you have this number of locations, like this number of items left, like hammer, bombos, cane of Samaria, and all the keys you need for TR, it is kind of TR that they're looking for stuff for right now if they get the hammer. And all of that might just be.
Watch the hammers. After I said all of that, the hammer's going to be right here.
Boom. No.
All right, so there's ether for Mire.
Yeah, we do have the ether. And we do have a small key for Skullwoods that doesn't do anything. Where is the hammer?
It's in ice. I'm telling you, it's in ice.
I mean, it's in ice. It's probably in ice.
There's Bombos.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything for us right now.
It doesn't do anything. Yeah. Without Samaria.
Hopefully, Ed doesn't go into
Mire.
He is going to go into Mire. I mean, again, I could be wrong, but I don't think we're going to find the hammer in here. Unless, again, like, Ice just wanted you to get all the pod keys are in Ice.
I wonder if there's a sphere just giving out all the secrets in Kappa tips, or just trying to fool everyone into thinking that these are the place to make so that they can pick up wins later in the tournament. No, I mean,
I'm sneaky.
There's a big think. But I mean, if you're here, I think you just go into Mire, because you went here anyway.
Yeah. I don't mind the Mire shed check, the checkerboard check, but again, if we find a hammer here, it's going to be really interesting because I don't know how it. Is there just is there just a lot of small keys in Ice Palace?
Yep, probably. I mean, at this point, there has to be, like, the things you need for TR are in GT. And finding it hard to believe that TR is not going to be the last dungeon to see that, or Castle Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Because you only have one TR small key so far. You need 2 more smalls, 3 more in terms of logic, and then obviously...
Humbugh did it.
Ooh, okay, we are seeing nice. I mean, this is another major break point here.
Yeah.
Someone is getting something good, and someone maybe also gets something good, but something different.
Right. I mean, we still need Samaria. We still need Hammer. We still need both Castle Tower keys, which are probably just in GT at this point. We're missing a bunch of Turtle Rock smalls, Turtle Rock big. But we still have Swamp Palace, which we haven't seen because we don't have a Hammer hour and 15 in.
The Hammer is just locking all of these dungeons from being cleared.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, but nothing is done. That's another bow. That's kind of funny.
All right.
Okay, sure. And this cutscene for a small key for turtle. Okay, well,
that's
probably one of those keys that we will need.
Yeah.
I mean, that is required. You do need a minimum of 3, logically 4. No cane, so you have to be old school and do a bomb jump in ice.
Yep. Yeah, my seed that I played this week in the league, Keen of Samaria was on Cold Stare.
Great. So. It's vanilla. It's a pretty rough spot.
Yeah. All right, there was a red item in the big chest, but it was a little too small and bendy.
Well, this item is
it's like
it doesn't look one item. It does put one location.
It sure does.
So great fetch quest because this Meyer has had things, but it's not really the best of things. All dungeons key sanity in the search for the hammer.
Hammer right here, White. Oh,
no.
Not hammer. $300.
We're not even finding pod smalls in ice. I'm really confused by the logic at this point.
We're gonna find something here in ice. I mean, we're down to this is it.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be something in ice. Be it hammer, shovel, cane. I mean, none of these do enough. It has to be the hammer, right? Unless you just magically find 2 pod smalls. And there's only 2 locations left in logic, right?
But I actually think it's 3 pod smalls that we need, not 2. I think it's 6 because of the bow.
The bow's in the first chest.
Right, which unlocks the back. So you could actually, in theory, use one of your keys back there. All right, big chest of ice toss.
I don't get pod. All right, well, this is the big chest
is it,
for
March.
the hammer.
There it is. Yeah.
Good job. Wonderful. What a great seed. So this castle tower key or chest is not going to lead to anything. Wow. What a sequence of events.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is where
this is a fantastic position.
This is where paying attention to the logic has helped him out. He didn't dip Meyer because he knew that logically the progression that he was looking for, which was probably hammer, wasn't going to be there. So check the Meyer shed. Those are that's a quick couple checks. Check checkerboard K. That's fine. Now with the hammer in tow, he's able to go do Swamp Palace. Able to, he'll probably get a couple pod keys here sooner rather than later in Swamp. But yeah, that was the big breaker. Is he paid attention to the key logic there?
But humbugh still has to go around like the Meyer area and look for items that are there because we know that there's a castle tower key there that is required. Right. The Turtle Rock key probably also going to be required.
Right, but he knows that the Meyer area is locked by 5 or 6 pod small keys, so he's more incentivized, right, to probably do Meyer when he's got Samaria. So
we're going Swamp.
Yeah, so Swamp is the big play here. It unlocks the most items. And I think it's probably pretty linear from here. I imagine we'll find Samaria here. in Swamp Palace. So then we'll probably see.
Shovel.
Sure, we might see some fetch quests. Oh, but you know what's interesting? And I just realized this is Humbug got that hammer and didn't check the other 2 checks that are hammer locked in Ice Palace.
Yes, left immediately. So there are 2 locations left.
Oh man,
important.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, if Ed goes back and checks, and it's like Samaria there, then that swings things back in the other direction. But right now, Humbug's got the lead. But
obviously, the worst item to leave behind is that second castle tower, small key, wherever it may be, because it can be literally anywhere.
You know, Ed might do the same thing though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
because the
surprised.
hammer does unlock all of Swamp Palace. So
you're basically last locating your hammer in Ice Palace. You know, on one hand,
yeah,
you're gonna expect that your opponent probably did something similar, but on the other hand, it feels really rough.
I see people in chat talking about either maybe waiting for Kane to go back. That's true, unless Kane of Samaria is in there, because that's happened way too often. I've seen it happen way too often. Where you wait for Kane of Samaria to check Ice Palace, and then you just wait, and then King of Samaria is an Ice Palace.
Yeah, icebreakers just have such a big impact on how people go around with Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Do you afford to skip left side swamp? I guess we do not.
So Ed didn't actually check any of the. I don't think he's going to make this bomb drop. Oh yes, okay, good. Didn't check any of the chests on the right, so he'll get his hammer, and nope. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
I mean, my brain doesn't get Ice Palace, so I don't know. I just didn't want to leave that one chest there.
I thought he might have been big braining us, but he just forgot to check that one.
I mean, you big brain this seed by just calling out, "Oh, the hammer is in Ice Palace." Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. All right, is he going to check, or is he going right to Cold Stare?
We are going back.
Oh, he's going to check. Oh, this is going to be big.
Oh boy.
Is there something over here? Is there something over here?
So looking for TR key, second castle tower key, Cane of Samaria. Cape will also give a small key.
Oh, right.
Like this small key for...
There is...
Okay,
oh,
well, now
there's
we're
another
the
pod key.
That's the only thing that's been found so far in Swamp. And this is some awkward Ice Palace going merry-go-round.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the hammer being in the worst check of all of Ice Palace makes this pretty rough to route. This is a way to route it, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Old bomber diver down action from Humbug there.
Water doesn't.
There's that shovel you wanted.
And that is
and
the
Skull Woods.
No. I mean, I guess you can check that with the Thieves Town Big Chest if you really want to be using.
I mean,
it's
at this
awful.
point, you're kind of hoping something. Yeah, you want something to be there so that you go back and do it just because you want something to be there.
Alright, it's a potential moment of
truth.
Small chest. What do we have?
What is it? What is it, Marge? What is it?
It's 5 rupees. No, it's a small key.
Oh, it's
for
a
pot.
Okay.
That doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
Logically required, but I think we can bypass that one. I think
you can
is fine.
Yeah, you can get rid of one of those pod keys and be all right.
Pod keys find a way, but with that pod key, it does increase the odds of these other keys, like the lumberjack key and the bumper cave key, to be something a little bit more important, because there aren't that many small keys left.
Where's Samaria?
Well, it's not there. Swamp had 1 pod small?
Yeah, that's it.
So you get 1 pod small there, you get 1 pod small in Ice Palace. It picks you up to 5. Are we going Spike Cave?
But you gotta check that shovel you got out of here first.
Oh yeah, the shovel, Spike Cave, the Thieves' Town, Big Chest, Skullwood's Big Chest.
Yeah, hammer pegs.
Oh yeah, there's a Hera small key somewhere.
Yeah, but Hera, that could even be in GT at this point. That's not logically required to complete the dungeon.
Well, we're gonna dig up a bottle. I mean, it's a fine bottle. Oh, that's too early spin for Ed has to do this fight the hard way. That was a nice triple there with the fire rod.
Did any of them talk to the... do we know what our 5-6 crystals yet are?
They got them according to the tracker. It was swamp and ice.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
this is another check. I totally forgot. I don't remember seeing either one of them talking to the...
no, I don't think they did.
To the dude, but...
And yeah, they both killed some bosses. They both picked up some more progression in that sense, as this is all dungeons that you have to beat all of the bosses. Except for, like, Ice Armos, depending on stuff.
Yeah, Ice Armos isn't required to actually beat it unless there's an item that they need behind it. But the actual boss doesn't have to be killed.
Alright. Is the final pod small here? Are we finding the cane? That's neither. And that is... Rash key?
What?
What is the seed? Where are we going? We're going back into Big Key or Big Chest hunting and Spike Cave? Like, what else is there?
Okay, so we've got Spike Cave, we've got Hammer Pegs, we've got the Skullwoods Big Chest, we've got Easttown Big Chest.
Ew.
There's a couple checks in pod that we have missed, but again, those aren't logic yet.
Yeah, the vanilla Big Key chest. I think all the other ones were checked. But yeah, Ed going into Swamp, just basically following Humbug at this point. That Cane of Berna from Sora.
But if Humbug did the right side of Ice Palace, he would have 5 pod smalls and would be able to full clear it. Again, not logically, but able to get all the items out of there. So him skipping that small key.
Oh boy, we're going back.
He's going back.
Oh dear.
Without Samaria. So here's what he's going to do. He's going to do the right side. This is going to take a minute because he's got to go the long way. Again, no Samaria. And then after that, he'll have 5 pod smalls so he can check all of the chests, even if it's not in logic. At that point, we either find Samaria or some... I mean, what else could there be, right? Samaria has to be somewhere in pod at this point.
What else do we need? We need the Samaria. We need 1 Castle Tower key, 1 Turtle Rock key, and the Turtle Rock Big key. And really, the Samaria is needed for all the Turtle Rock stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be the next item. And like the Castle Tower will give you a small key because of Lumberjack blocking one. The Cape will also give a small key because of Bumper Cave.
But again, we've still got those stupid Village of Outcast area checks. We've got the Skullwoods big, the Thieves Town big, which is just terrible at this point. And then we have Hammer Pegs, which I'm surprised. I'd actually like to see Hammer Pegs again. Perfect information. I've been, I know where everything is. I want to see Hammer Pegs from Humbug.
We're not trying to route this and thinking that we've been behind since we skipped out on the Thieves Town big key.
Right.
So.
And then last location, the hammer. Humbug or Mars. This seed is terrible.
Yeah, awful. It is. I mean, you got 2 swords in your first 3 chests so that you could go get gloves at Castle Tower, and no one did that. That was last located. You also have to do a Gene.
Oh man!
Because the Gene unlocked everything up on the mountain just so that you could go into Ice Palace and get your hammer. Like,
oh man!
Oh dear. And then you have to go back into Ice after you get your hammer in the worst location just so that you can get a small key to Pod.
Oh man!
And now we're still just hunting big chests. Oh man!
Oh man! You picked a doozy for us to compensate.
Wonderful. I mean, it's all Dungeons key sanity, but I guess Tile Room is gonna have the.
I mean, it's all Dungeons keys, but this is terrible. This is beyond terrible.
Well, there's your small key to Pod. And here is also a small key to Pod. And these are also just the worst locations for these keys to be in. Like, left side swamp, this awful check without Samaria. We're going back to Pod.
Yeah, so now he's going to be able to check the vanilla big key chest. He'll be able to check. I'm not sure if he checked spike chest or not, or the harmless Elway, excuse me.
One of them did. I can remember.
Okay, so I think Humbug did, because I think Ed skipped it. And again, it still might not be here. We've still got 3 other terrible locations in the seed. So, and he hasn't. Humbug still hasn't been to Meyer, but he's waiting until he finds logical access to Meyer, because he knows that, he doesn't have it quite yet.
Yeah, and Meyer has 1 Castle Tower small key and 1 Turtle Rock small key. How did that bomb not hit boxes? Nice, are we finding the cane here?
I think so.
You think so? There we go. So, why did you not play in this race, Fear?
I mean, I can figure it out when I'm not playing.
That's a fair point. But okay, you got the cane. Now we're going to Meyer after this. Then you're climbing the mountain and going into GT, because I guess you're not going into Turtle Rock first.
No, yeah, you definitely do GT first. It's funny, in my exact seed this week, Samaria was in the exact same spot. And it's funny because Mirror was in the pod, which unlocked Meyer, which I didn't put together while I was playing. So I have literally no room to talk, because I did the exact opposite of what I'm talking about here.
Well, that's random for you. And as we see this Argus fight from Ed, is there any way for you to get both the cane and the flute on your first visit to Pod with 3 small keys? And also finish the boss?
No.
Yeah. So this is regardless of what, you have to spend 2 trips into this dungeon.
I mean, you could, but no one would ever check the vanilla big key chest first. It's basically always going to be the last check in a key sanity mode, unless you have all 6 keys or 5 keys when you enter.
Because it's just 1 small key for 1 chest.
Yeah. And most of the time, it's like 20 rupees. So.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, taking some time to think about what to do.
So Ed, at this point, just needs to head back to pod, right?
Yeah, and I realized that Humbugh is actually out of arrows.
Oh, nice. Yeah, resources management's tough when you're trying when you have a hammer in big chest of Ice Palace and Key Sanity. So if you're not following our runners, our bot's not really cooperating, updating. Make sure you give follows to our runners, humbugh and eddaump. We'll try to see if I can find some links for their channels. Doing a heck of a job with a seed that makes you want to quit Rando, honestly. Like you play this and you're like, why do I play this game?
I guess it's fun.
I mean, yes.
At this point, it is just the Meyer push into Bonk City and go for a quick little dive.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I say at this point, just abandon that. But, I mean, it just feels super rough. We know that there's nothing there. Oh, boy.
I think it was P-Train who showed me a side-by-side comparison of trying to dupe the bomb and just walk it over as fast as you can. And the time save was so minimal that I stopped bomb duping just because of all the times I messed it up.
That's pretty fair. An important thing here, Humbugh needs to find these 2 small keys before finishing off the dungeon.
Right. Yeah, so he's doing the full clear, which is smart because he'll get his Turtle Rock key, he'll get his CT key. And at this point, you just head into GT and start looking for those last couple items that you need.
Yeah. What else does Ed have left, though?
Now he's got to go to pod now. Yeah, he's got 5 keys. So I hope you're all enjoying this. This is the first of 8. That's right, 8 races happening today in the Invitational, all here on SpeedGaming. So
8 garbage pack of lunch. Seeds. So much fun for everyone except the runners.
Yeah, stick around because there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
And it's only Wednesday.
And not to be biased or anything, but we do have a Team Kappa race tonight to end it all off with. And if you've got multiple monitors or TVs, 8:10 is the time to set it up because we've got 3 races at 8:10, and all of them are like must watch. So we're in week 6. People are trying to make playoff pushes at this point, and
yeah, I mean, like we said earlier,
unless
this is basically a must-win situation here for Humbugh for us to have a chance at that top 3.
Yeah, this is definitely going to shake up that division if Humbugh can pull this off.
Now we can still have like vanilla Turtle Rock big key, which would be absolutely awful.
Mm-hmm. That means you would need 4 Turtle Rock keys to actually clear the dungeon.
Right, and we've only found 2. And we're still looking for a Castle Tower small key as well. We're 3 keys away at this point. And they can really be anywhere.
They're just gonna be in GT. It's probably all gonna be in like in Stalfos room or something.
Yeah,
I mean, the seed has to get nice at some point, right?
No.
It has to be
I mean, it was
nice-ish.
nice. It was nice at the start when they got 2 swords in the first 3 locations, but after that, no. I mean, it's kind of funny. They've had Temper Sword for 1 hour 36 minutes.
That's right. That's right.
After they found Tempered in Lost Woods. But only has 5 arrows for this, so may want to incorporate a different strategy.
You know, the similarities to this seed and mine are kind of gross because in my seed I was looking for Turtle Rock Big and a Castle Tower key. Guess where both of them were?
Ice Palace.
Turtle Rock. Pendant
Great.
Turtle Rock. Pendant Turtle Rock.
Wonderful.
So I wouldn't put it past the seed to put Turtle Rock Big and the CT key in Turtle Rock.
I guess the worst thing is, like, there is one thing that is technically worse than vanilla Turtle Rock Big Key, and that is vanilla Turtle Rock Big Key with the second Castle Tower key on pedestal.
Yeah.
But I guess you just do the Skullwoods Big Chest before you do that. Okay, we're going into a certain tower. Because I don't see you going into Turtle Rock first. Or?
No. Don't go to Turtle Rock. And I do want to point this out that there's the Hammer Pigs, Thieves Town Big, and Skullwoods Big are still available and can have some sort of progression that we need. One of those 3 keys could be there. I mean, the seed hopefully is unlikely to put them there. And I laugh just because of how ridiculous it is, but it is possible. I mean, we could be close to go mode, or it could be another, 30 minutes.
Yay. That's what we all want, right? An additional 30 minutes of this hot garbage.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just
I mean,
clearing
this is
out
one
the
you
boss,
burn, right?
have all the equipment they need to beat them with no problem, so it's just dungeon clearing for Ed here. I mean, since you're here, you're still gonna open TR, obviously.
Yeah.
Because...
I mean, I don't know. You might dip in. You might check those first 3 chests or something. Yeah. I don't think that's the worst play. Humbugh says no. That's fine. Lots of checks to make in GT, so.
Finally here. It took 1 hour 43 minutes. We still need 3 more items.
Yeah, and Ed's not too far behind. I mean, he's Meyer check.
Yeah.
And then he'll be heading up. All right, so starting with Hope Room.
Alright, and well, that's nothing. And I guess Tile Room is the last thing that you will do if you even consider that. You will do it before you climb.
Yeah, some people do it early just because it's not as terrible in this mode. But Humbugh says no. I'm not one of those people. I definitely do it last or just flat out skip it. So
You need a Turtle Rock small key, a Turtle Rock big key, and a Castle Tower small key. And we need both Turtle Rock small keys if either of the other 2 keys is in the vanilla big key chest in Turtle Rock.
Right. Yep. $20.
Well, no hope today.
Nah.
Grab the key, mirror back, go left. We do know the locations of 2 small keys at Lumberjack and Bumper Cave.
Oh, right.
So, wait, that 6 pod small key. Doesn't it have to be in one of the big chests in Thieves Town or Skull Woods or Hammerpegs or something like that?
I think you're right.
Or Turtle Rock? I mean, okay, there's the Turtle Rock key.
Yep.
I guess the key could technically be early in Turtle Rock.
No, because I think Samaria. It's all those are locked by 6. So
yes, it can't be there. So it has to be in one of the Core Village podcasts. Hey, it only took 1 hour 40 minutes to find another board.
Yeah, there we go.
And Ed is not going to be
all right.
too far behind.
Yep.
I mean, it has been a hell of a siege so far, and we're not quite done yet.
Yeah, we still have a castle tower climb. Still have to kill Trinex. Still have to climb GT. So, Humbugh will clear out all the basement of GT and then make his way over to Thieves Town, to Turtle Rock. To Turtle Rock. Really hoping for that big key here, though.
Well, we're not getting it.
No. Let's see if Ed wants to take a dip into Turtle Rock here.
You can check a couple of spots.
All right, so we've got Bob's chest, we've got the big chest, and we've got the 3 chests behind Ice Armos left.
This chest that basically only gets opened in modes like this.
Yeah.
We are really running low now.
How much did his arrow refill? That's nice.
Up to 28 arrows. Kill the Ice Armos, because it seems like we are killing all the bosses today.
And Ed is making the trip in.
Yeah, and there is nothing behind Ice Armos. So
he's going to do Tower Room.
We are... Yeah. I mean, if you're not doing it now when it's there, it's just the worst feeling. I mean, there's a legit possibility of it being now in Turtle Rock, considering how much was opened in GT.
Well, cape.
Oh no! Oh, and the small key from okay, that doesn't do anything. But the
cape is funny.
That is a small key. Don't know which
pod.
one. There are not that many keys left.
Yeah, it's not pod.
It's not pod.
It could be Turtle Rock.
Could be Castle Tower.
Could be Castle Tower. Could be Hera.
Oh yeah, it could be. Ew. Yeah, it could be Hera. Well, that,
just $20.
That was a fancy opening. Nice kill into mirror. He's showing off at this point.
So how about actually not even checking? Yeah, he's not even gonna check. He's just gonna go. He's gonna climb and then make another climb up to Turtle Rock afterwards. Now, the real unfortunate thing could be, gosh, what's the key on Bumper Ledge? Ugh.
Oh, I mean, I guess the worst thing is the Hera small, because then you have to climb back into Hera and look for an item there. I wouldn't put it past the seed. It's basically just key speculation at this point, because...
Yeah, that actually tripped me up when the tile turned into a key. that tripped me out, man. Never seen a key pick up a key before.
Well, there's a little bit deeper. We can go into Turtle Rock with these two small.
Yeah, well, he won't. He can check Mimic Cave. This is last check.
Oh,
Without the
boy.
big key, can't do anything else.
You get the big key and then you open the chest and then there's a small key in there.
Oh, jeez. It's possible.
What a great way that would be. And then you're still looking for the castle tower key after that.
Oh, man.
Alright, what do we have here? Okay, that wasn't
just
anything.
$20.
You got the cape, which could be required, but I mean, you're not gonna go and check it now. I mean, yeah, something is missing yet.
Yeah.
It's been a long day, it's been a long seed.
I'm not sure what he's doing.
Me neither.
Just he has the mirror.
Yeah. You just double dipping this path to this entrance.
Yeah, live it up to the namesake.
I haven't talked too much about Humbugh's climb here, but it's been as solid as it can be.
Yeah, I mean he's decked out. Butter sword, silvers, half magic, red mail, a billion hearts.
Well, there's only 2 checks left here. Where are the keys? Oh my.
Not there.
Oh no. I mean... I really don't know. If this chest is also empty, which it is, where are we going? We're going to Bumper to pick up a small key so we can go to Laser Bridge.
I'm not laughing at the runners. I'm just laughing at how ridiculous this scene is.
It's only Wednesday. We have 4 more days of this. We have so many more matches of this to do.
This is 1 of 8.
Nice double.
Oh man. Wow.
Okay, so as here,
Uh-huh.
you don't really have any going into TR unless you really want to check these big keys that are located over in the west side of the Dark World.
Man.
And one of them has to be a...
What is this? What is this seed?
It's garbage. Let me tell you what it is. It is some filthy, hot, stinking trash. And everyone is loving it except for 2 players.
Yeah, this is not fun. This is not fun to play.
Alright, well, humbugh has not done this check. We know that it isn't anything. Except for that chest there. That was Mitz. Remember Mitz?
That was...
Yeah.
I do remember. That was a
hour and a half ago.
Time ago. Yeah.
So Ed is just gonna get a Turtle Rock small key here. In this whole GT.
Unbelievable.
We're still 2 items from Go Mode. What is this?
Unbelievable.
One of the weakest GTs I've ever seen in an AD keys.
Oh, I'm gonna go check Turtle Rock now. So this is gonna be a Turtle Rock double dip. Unless...
He's on Laser Bridge.
Well, it's gonna be a Turtle Rock double dip regardless. What's in Lava Chest?
Oh dear. Oh boy. It's maybe one of the highest collection rates in the league so far.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh man.
One of the longest seeds, and we just had mystery. There were some long mystery seeds. Yeah, I guess. I completely forgot about the fact you do need a big key to get the laser bridge, so... I mean, can you really risk opening the vanilla
I think you
location?
maybe save scum it. I'm not sure.
Did he save and quit before he went here?
No, but you do what you do is you do mimic cave. Then you go in, you die,
Okay.
and then check that chest.
That just sounds like the kind of thing that never happens. How often do you save scum a small key in Turtle Rock? I guess in cross keys. I'm sorry, Fear. I don't really know what to add to this match because I feel like everything's been exhausted and we're just falling into holes and it's kind of sitting here and waiting for when the seed is finally going to say that, well, I guess it's over now. The jig is up.
Yeah, this has been something for sure.
And I've seen a lot of bad seeds in my life. I've commented a lot of bad seeds in my life. This is definitely up there. Oh boy. $17 hearts, red mail.
Okay, so we're down to Hammer Pegs, Thievestown Big. Oh, he's just checking it.
Oh yeah, just going for it. Alright. Is this just what we've been looking for? Oh,
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
We're still looking for 2 items.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
That was something. For him to just go in like that, and for it to just be a key for key is just insane.
I didn't even know that key could be there, but whatever. I guess that's a thing. I learned something new today. I guess it makes sense. It's kind of like pod key logic situation, except with Turtle Rock.
Oh man.
So I guess you start with Bumper Cave because you know it's a small key. But
Yeah,
right, you need
maybe Bumper
small
Cave,
key
that
or a
Hammer
big key,
Pegs.
right?
Yeah, I think you do Hammer Pegs and then maybe Bumper Ledge, Skull Woods, Thievestown. I think that's kind of the order I would probably do that in. I mean, Thievestown would be the most.
Another small key, and how many small keys are there left? How many small keys are there? One Castle Tower, Tower of Hera.
Yeah.
What more do we have? A GT small, I think. Is there any other small key?
All right, so where's it going to be? We've got 4 checks. And one of them might be, or it has to be the Hera small too.
I mean, we're just sitting here trying to figure out small key logic ever since Hammer and Ice Palace.
Oh, he's going to start with Skullwoods. Okay, this makes sense. So we do Skullwoods big.
Yeah.
Bumper Ledge, Hammer Pegs, Thievestown. Man, Thievestown would be incredibly mean. Incredibly mean.
Do you check the pedestal for a small key? I'm gonna guess
no.
no. This is a big
there's
key
the,
for
okay.
Turtle Rock.
Oh,
Okay. We are
that's
small
actually
key from Go Mode.
that's terrible.
And where was that big key again?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. When did we find that? Swamps,
Swamp.
maybe?
Our tracker confirming Swamp Palace.
Oh dear.
Which feels like
at that point, you
yesterday.
were running
Was that
around looking for the
yesterday?
key. I went to park. I think it was yesterday in some time zone, yeah. What is going on here?
So what he's doing is he's death warping because he saved his portal. So he's gonna be able to save half of Turtle Rock at this point.
Okay.
And he can full clear it. And then at that point, you know, we're just looking for one small key. There's a small key up. There is a small key on Bumper Ledge.
What's one of Bumper? What did he just pick it up when he was there?
The problem, I mean, it's a catch-22, right? You either are you banking on that being the Castle Tower small key, or saving your portal for Turtle Rock?
Fear.
Like, what's the answer?
Here's my answer. We're past 2 hours and we're not in Go Mode yet.
Yeah.
To be fair, how many items can you get up on the TR here? There's the laser bridge, the chest.
Yeah, we got 7 checks. There's 7 checks. So
yeah. I found old
that's
bottles.
not it.
Great. Man, Ganon's gonna die in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ed is climbing
Take
the tower.
that, Ganon. I mean, Ganon's the real winner here, right? Like, even if we did kill Ganon, he won. Like, he's the victor.
Yeah. Oh, there's the net. I guess we haven't found that yet, so wonderful.
Yeah.
This is the true 100% seed. If we're gonna talk about the actual race, because there is still a race going on, I am finding it quite difficult for Ed to make a comeback here at this point, because he has to go all the way back to Skull Woods and then reclimb the mountain for Turtle Rock after that.
Yeah, and he has to do all the Turtle Rock too. As far as the front, there's no save.
It's not a small key. It's also not a small key. No. I mean, if you want your 18 hearts red mail, wonderful. Oh dear. If our great tracker Reg would be keeping track of so much information, there's only 3 small keys left and we know where 2 are. One is locked behind the Castle Tower small key, which we need, so that key is dead. It can't be anything, which means that the key on Bumper Ledge is a 50-50, because it's that it's a GT small key or it's the Castle Tower key.
Yeah, and if you find the Hera small key, then you skip Hera, because then it's on Bumper Ledge.
That's a pretty good phase 1, don't you think?
Yeah. Got the 0 cycle, nice.
Meanwhile, I guess that over on Ed's side.
Yeah, and Ed already dipped Turtle Rock, so he's gonna go check the Skullwoods area, Village of Outcasts stuff. Might do hammer pegs.
A little bit rougher second phase there.
There it is.
My goodness. We're
nicely done.
204.
So the Hera. Oh wait, so
we're missing Hera small.
The Hera small.
And GT small.
Which could be
and the pod small, but the pod small has to like be in hammer pegs or
it's either or Thieves Town.
Thieves Town, yeah.
Thieves Town, yeah.
Wow. Well, we're in Go Mode. We just have to go beat Aga at 205.
Oh, 205 Go Mode. Unbelievable.
Tower. Let's go.
Unbelievable.
We've had Tempered Sword for 2 hours.
Oh man, unbelievable.
Well, I guess the small key on Lumberjack was the true bait this whole time.
Yeah, for sure. So if this wasn't enough for you, there's a lot coming up. We've got Shady Force and Allison over on SpeedGaming right now going on. So after this, gonna jump over there. 340, we've got Kyung versus Nielsen Alex 92 here on SpeedGaming 2. So right after this, so you don't even have to leave. 710, we've got Big Dunka versus H0 on SpeedGaming 3. Then at 810, we've got a trifecta.
Humbugh, please don't fall into the hole.
Sailor Net versus Futon on SpeedGaming. Warp Jig versus Chelsea Lynn on SpeedGaming 6. And Solsky versus Megawatt on SpeedGaming 5. And then to cap it off, the game of the night, Team Kappa, Gamachu versus Jamie Shirtarumis on SpeedGaming 3. So that's a lot. That's a lot of races.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to go to bed after this one.
That's what we got VODs for.
That is indeed what we got the VODs for. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this seed. We've seen everything that can be seen, really.
Yeah, what's the collection rate going to be? It's going to be really high, right? Like
190. Is that too high? I mean, they did skip things.
No, I actually think it might be. Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think we might get close to 200.
One of the highest we've seen so far this season.
Yeah, for sure.
We've done everything except for like a fringe big chest locations. Hammer Pegs is laying there and crying. I guess one final thing. Go. Nice. Blue balls. Guesses. Go. Let's go.
3.
Yes, 1, you win. I guess.
So forfeiters are us, not out of it yet. As long as Humbugh can pull this off.
Yeah, we'll go up to 12, but they basically have to win their 3 remaining matches.
Yeah, have to win out for sure.
But this is the right way to begin it all, and what a seed to do so in. Come on, Aga. Thank you.
It's always the worst. This is definitely the worst part of AD keys, is having to wait through that fight because it's so tedious. But
remember the old days when the RNG was set to have no balls?
Oh, that was actually before my time.
Oh, you young whippersnapper, you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Ganon is dead in approximately 1 minute or something. I guess it's a fast seed.
Yeah.
It's almost up to 10.
I mean, just all of the placements were so terrible.
Have to do Castle Tower first chest and do a Gene at the very start so that you can actually go into the back of the east and get your hookshot, get everything up on the mountains. You can go into Ice Palace and get your hammer and return back in for your pod small key for your mandatory double dip into pod for both Kane and Fruit and killing the boss. And have to do left side pump since there was a small key located there as well, while you basically have to full clear Mire to get one of the Castle Tower small keys. Also, did I mention that there's a Turtle Rock small key inside of Turtle Rock? Yeah, that also happened.
Oh man! All right, that's it. That was quick. Get you Jesus' chat for Humbugh, and the forfeiters are us. Is they're gonna get 3 points added to their total for the season and survive this just mean seed. See if Humbug wants to actually talk about that, or if he just wants to go away forever, because that's what I would do after playing this.
They finished with an official race.gg time at 2 hours, 10 minutes, 11 seconds. And we are now joined by Humbug. Not sure if I want to say GG or congratulations, or just congratulations, you survived, I guess. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, dude. So I remember me after my previous race in this league saying that I think AD keys is a good replacement for cross keys. Let me officially just retract that statement. Please, Fear, bring back cross keys.
Week 8. It's going to be their week 8.
Ooh. But yeah, this was... Come on. This was a plan, though.
It was unbelievable. Like, we lost it. We couldn't believe what was happening. It was unbelievable. So let's ask just a couple of things. Like, I guess the first one, mitts.
Yep.
Just,
Ew.
I mean, you actually both did the exact same thing. Got the, Master Sword going into the castle, but skipped out on that first chest of Aga. Something just forgot about, or...
I mean, I didn't want to do it because I felt like it would be... I had to death warp. I either had to death warp out of there, or like just walk out, or I had to death warp out of Dark Cross, which is slow. So I figured I might as well just come back later, because it's basically the same time investment, and I could come back with a small key. Well, I could not, but still, that was my reasoning.
Okay, and so you're down to like I believe 3 checks at that point. You had Agina, you had the CT check, and you had Zora.
Yep.
You made, I guess, the correct one in the fact that you chose Agina to get the mitts, but that actually took you away from getting the Thieves Town big, which you needed. I mean, after both of those, like you couldn't be feeling good, right? Like,
oh, I felt horrible. The fact that I did mirrorless purple chest for nothing into the Thieves Town big key, boy, that was... I mean, I could have at least got to finish Thieves Town before doing purple chest, but no, I had to get that afterwards. I had to go to Village Podcast a 3rd time. Oh, it was super convoluted.
And then I one more thing. You get the Hammer and Ice Palace after what seems like forever in the seed.
Yeah.
And you didn't do the right 2 chests. Was that on your mind, or was that like a decision? I'm just not going to do those 2 chests unless I really have to.
It was a decision, but it was a decision that I made thinking that I had the Canis of Maria, so I could just icebreaker my way in immediately after. But I realized that I didn't have the Canis of Maria even before dropping down to Cold Stare. So then I was like, nah, let's do Swamp first. And Swamp turned out to be nothing.
Yeah.
Of course.
What's crazy is that Swamp and Bow GT, 2 of the largest checks in the entire game, had basically nothing. I think there was a Turtle Rock small, and then...
Well, they were useful.
Both had Turtle Rock small? Yeah. Oh, man, when you checked the Turtle Rock lava chest, how worried were you about that?
Actually, not at all. Because I felt like it was a really good chance that was going to be the Castle Tower small key at that point. And that the small key behind Lumberjack would be the 4th TR small. So I think... Wait, that can't be right. That can't be right. Huh.
This was a seed.
That was the wrong conclusion by me. Never mind.
I mean, it worked out.
It did.
Good job.
But I just gotta ask, did I forget a small key on Bumper Ledge?
Yes.
There was a small key there, and there was a small key in Lumberjack, and those 2 must have been Hera small and GT small. I think all other keys were found. Oh yeah, and the pod small, which was probably in the big chest in TT.
Or hammer pigs, which
or
no one
hammer pigs,
checked.
yeah.
Or hammer pigs, because no one checked that.
Yeah, the Turtle Rock Big Key in Skull Woods is just the capper to it all, right? Like,
Yep. Absolutely. I'm sort of. I felt bad when I got it because I realized that wow, I could have had this a long time ago if I had just gone to Skull Woods before doing GT or Mire or whatever. If it had been in the Thieves Town Big Chest, I would have felt much better. But yeah, it worked out anyway because as far as I've understood it, we basically did the same thing.
All right, so we are running out of time. How you feeling about things? You guys have an outside shot of making a run for the playoffs? Who do you have next? WGTTB next?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna do our best, but it's gonna be tough. They are really good. Those three. We might have a shot. I will cross my fingers that that will go okay.
Yeah, so I think you guys have to go undefeated on the last
Yes.
3. You still have one more this week, right?
We do. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure when that race is happening. Actually, I'm not sure if it's scheduled.
So and then you got to win next 2, and at worst you can throw a wrench in the playoff plans.
Exactly.
Your division's all murked up there with everyone kind of.
It's
stuck in the
super
middle.
stacked.
So other than the this race, obviously, because it was terrible, not your fault, just because the seed was terrible. You've enjoyed the league so far. GG's, get your GG's in chat as Ed as he finishes up here as well. By the way, enjoyed
yeah,
season?
I've enjoyed it a lot. It's super fun. I enjoy playing this game in a team, and the fact that we've done it 2 seasons in a row on this as the same team, it makes it a bit more of a team effort, I feel.
Yeah, the continuity
it's really
and
fun.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a tough year, though. I mean, the competition is fierce for sure.
Yeah, this league is crazy stacked. Not just our division, but the whole league.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're now joined by eddaump. GG's, dude. What a terrible, terrible seed.
Yeah. Did I play a seed there? I'm not even sure if.
I mean, that was tough. That was a rough one, dude.
Yeah, my mind is just like scrambled right now. I don't know what side is up and down.
Yeah, I bet.
And that TR key, how bad.
Yeah, I mean, everything was terrible. The mitts. You were actually able to get the Thieves Town big before Humbugh, so that actually worked out a little bit for you. But the hammer placement and just the logic of it all was pretty tough. So, I mean, well done. This is the seed. Just to finish, honestly, is impressive.
Considering that, when I saw Humbugh got done, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the seed anyway. I put this much work into it.
Yeah, for sure. I hate to cut you off short, but we have a match coming up here just in about 10 minutes. So any thoughts, anything you want to say about this seed? I know you had about 10 minutes to cool down from its terribleness, but anything you want to mention or say?
Yeah, apparently there was a key in the lava chest for TR.
Yes, Turtle Rock small key was there.
Yeah, I never checked that. You had to go into GT, get your TR small to come out to finish the dungeon. So there was avoiding that.
Yeah, that was insane. Look, 194, 198 collection rates. That's pretty crazy. So GG's to you guys going forward. Ed, I know your team's still in the thick of it for the playoffs, so good luck with that.
GG's. Thank you very much for everybody tracking, commentating, and restreaming us. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Yeah, GG's to you. GG's to Humbugh as well.
Yeah, GG. Thanks for hosting this. second time in a row for me with Hammer and Ice, but never mind. I'm okay with that.
All right.
right.
Big shout outs. Big shout outs to everyone. Big shout outs to our tracker Reg today. Thanks so much for tracking for us. Marge, it was great to do this. What a seed.
Yeah, it was great as always. Unfortunately, we don't have much time, so we can't have to say goodbye because we have another match coming up in 10 minutes. Be sure to stick by for that. Bye. Take care.
Bye, everyone.